Hey guys, today we have a 1988 Ferrari Testarossa in the studio. This was an extremely iconic supercar of the 1980s and was a poster car on a lot of young guys' walls growing up. Today we have this vehicle in the studio for a big decontamination and machine polishing to remove swirls and defects. It has been stored and in workshops and many things over the years and picked up a lot of minor defects, dullness, swirls and contamination from different things in the workshops. So today we will take you through the process of a deep clean, decontamination, machine polishing to restore that beautiful red gloss, and then applying some protection to the paint. So I will take you around for a little walk to show you some of the defects that we need to remove, and then we'll get into the cleaning and detailing stages. First off, let's check out some of the products used during this detailing process. From the foam soak and decontamination stages, the hand washing, then on to the clay bar process to remove any stubborn contamination, machine polishing, paint correction stages and the finishing polishing, and then obviously our interior detailing products, glass cleaners, dash treatment, interior plastics, and also some leather conditioner, finishing with a nice coat of the IGL wax. Then we have here various sized polishing machines and accessories, starting from our little 1-inch pads on a rotary polisher for those intricate areas like the air vents down the side of the vehicle, our 3-inch force rotation machine for slightly bigger areas, and onto our 6-inch ShineMate 620 EXE Pro. This polisher is for the bigger areas like the roof and bonnet, side panels, etc. We also see our various cutting, medium and finishing pads for each of these machines to achieve the desired finish after each step. Here we are just going around the vehicle with our inspection light to check out exactly what defects we're dealing with here. As you can see, some staining and dullness and a lot of heavy swirls, some deeper scratches here and there, but these are all things that will need to be assessed and removed with our polishing and paint correction stages. In the engine bay, we didn't want to introduce too much water or moisture into here, so a gentle clean just to remove the dirt and grime, a bit of grease and oil, and just to really try and brighten up the plastics and the cast aluminium areas. Foam soak is always a satisfying part of the job, giving it a nice soapy bath and letting that dwell on there for a little while to break down some of the surface dirt while we prepare the other steps, ready for a pressure wash off and then a hand wash. After the vehicle has had its good wash outside, it comes back into the studio. Here we use our big boy Blower Pro. This is heated and filtered air, like a big hairdryer, to get the water out of all the nooks and crannies, badges, the door jambs and that sort of thing. Next, it's time to carry on our paint inspection using our paint thickness gauge. This ensures that we know which areas are safe to polish and how far we can go by measuring the thickness of the paint, especially on older vehicles that may have had some repairs or additional paint in certain areas. Also, quite often they've been polished multiple times and can be quite thin in other areas. After doing a few test areas with different combinations of polishing compounds and pads, when we find something that is getting the results that we need, we can now set to work and start our initial cutting stages of the paint to remove all those defects and start the restoration process. The majority of this vehicle required a two-stage paint correction, which involved a heavier cut with a wool or microfiber pad, followed by a medium finishing pad with a finishing polish. It actually really restored this gloss to a beautiful level with the two steps. As you can see here also, we've just put this masking line down the bonnet just to show you a 50-50 comparison of the before and afters. You will see that on the left-hand side of the bonnet is the unpolished original painted side, the right-hand side of the bonnet doing our initial cutting and polishing stages. Now we actually go over this whole area again, so this is just a initial 50-50 to show just how much difference we are creating on this vehicle. Engine bay wise, again, nothing too crazy, but remember these are old plastics. They're faded, they sit in a hot engine bay and do deteriorate a little bit, so just adding some black trim dye to restore the finish. We don't want to leave a greasy mess inside the engine bay, so this product actually dries and doesn't leave a greasy finish. After the polishing steps are complete, we need to add some protection to the paint to lock in that glossy surface. In this instance, we've chosen our IGL Coatings Carnauba Wax. It leaves a beautiful wet look shine to the paint and is sort of a period correct type of product to be using on this vehicle. We like to let the wax cure on the paint for a good hour at least. This gives us the opportunity to do some interior detailing while we wait. A thorough vacuum to remove sand and debris from people climbing in and out of the vehicle. The leather seats received a gentle clean, and then just to finish off and give some gloss and blackness back to the seats, we applied some IGL leather conditioner. For the rest of the interior, our go-to product is IGL Dash. This can be used on all interior plastics and trims and just restores a nice low sheen finish. It doesn't go all sticky and grimy, it doesn't attract dust, and adds some UV protection to the surface as well. Now it's time to go around the vehicle and start removing that wax that's been sitting on there now for some time. It's had time to bond with the paint, and we're just removing the excess wax. Really is leaving a super deep and wet look gloss to the finish. And there you have it. We have transformed this vehicle right back to 1988. Looks like it has just driven straight out of the showroom, if not glossier than new. We do a bit of a final walk around and inspection here in the studio, just to check it out. grateful. We will take it outside and we can't wait to see what it looks like out in the sunshine. We've spent a total of 21 hours on this vehicle restoring the finish, and we're absolutely thrilled with the way that it has turned out. It's looking amazing. We are very grateful for the opportunity to work on this iconic piece of motoring history. It truly has been very enjoyable transforming this vehicle back to its former glory. And if you have a classic vehicle that's in similar condition, that needs some attention, we're more than happy to help out. We are located in Western Australia. Our contact details are in the links below the video. Thanks for watching this transformation. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.